climate change. The world's oceans have gone crazy haywire, according to a National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration official, with record high temperatures imperiling coral reefs. Derek Manzello, coordinator of NOAA's Coral Reef Watch Program, said in a news briefing Thursday that around 60.5% of nearly two-thirds of the world's coral reefs have experienced heat stress at levels high enough to cause bleaching a major health threat. Coral bleaching occurs when results such as when water temperatures are unusually warm or cold, or when oceans are more acidic than normal. Corals respond by expelling tiny photosynthetic algae that live in their tissues, causing the normally colorful marine invertebrates to turn ghostly white. The current threats come on the heels of record-shattering marine heat waves that hit most of the world's ocean basins last year. Manzello said the conditions last year were so unusually warm in parts of the Atlantic Ocean, Caribbean Sea, and Gulf of Mexico that heat stress levels were literally off the charts of the existing alert system. We've had to add additional bleaching alert levels to appropriately categorize how hot it was. The impacts have been widespread, Manzello said. Bleaching has occurred in at least 62 countries and territories since February 23, spanning both the northern and southern hemispheres of all ocean basins. He added that the water temperatures in the Atlantic in particular have been the most unprecedented and extreme, and said that 99.7% of Atlantic reef areas have experienced bleaching level heat stress within the past year. It's bad. It's bad, yo. Well, that's terrifying. Will 2024 be a bad hurricane season? 2024 hurricane season could be the worst on record, according to researchers at the University of Pennsylvania. Climate scientists predict we'll see 33 storms between now and November 30th, the highest count ever projected. It's from unusually high temperatures in the oceans, actually. It fuels the storms. And there's from it not being an El Nino, it's an El Nino. The wind shear's not there.
I know when I did some additional research, I did find that for 2023, for example, was the fourth most active. With 20 total storms, 7 that turned into hurricanes and 3 into major, whereas 2024 is precedented to have 17 to 25 storms, 8 to 13 hurricanes, and 47 are major. So even on the lower end of things, it's still worse than 2023. But also, cyclones. So I did some looking into cyclones as well and found that in 2023 there was 115 total. 79 of them were named, and we had 8,234 fatalities. So far this year we've had 32, 21 named, 124 fatalities.
Volcanoes. There's been 51 confirmed eruptions from 51 different volcanoes, including 7 new eruptions that began during the year.
Which is less than last year. Which I do have down, that I did do some checking on last year's, which we had 77 eruptions from 73 volcanoes. 27 were new that year. The earthquakes, so far this year, we're at 6,076. And in 2023, we had 15,600 earthquakes.
Those are some active plates. In sun news, it's the sunspot region that just won't quit. Beastly sunspot AR3697 has made headlines again just before it makes another exit. The sunspot region, formerly known as AR3664, produced a historic geometric storm that led to May's global auroras. On Saturday, June 8th, the sunspot fired off a M97 class solar flare, the second strongest type on the classification scale. The flare was powerful enough that it produced the strongest radiation storm since 2017. These types of events can pose a risk of impact space launch operations and satellites, and can also disrupt shortwave. Solar flares are intense bursts of electromagnetic radiation that originate from sunspots on our sun's surface. They are classified into letter groups X, M, C, B, and A according to their size, with X-class flares being the most powerful. Saturday's flare also hurled off a coronal mass ejection. I don't want to know what happened if another Carrington event happened. I feel like society would just collapse immediately.
Mass panic. Mass hysteria.
Yeah. And also, I can't say Aurelialis Borealis. Aurora Borealis. Borealis. Tornadoes. Why this tornado season has been so unusual, and it's not even halfway over. Tornadoes touched down on all but 2 days between April 25th and May 27th. That's 94% of the days. Swarms of tornadoes have been tearing across the United States for nearly a month straight, keeping meteorologists and the public on guard for weeks. It's been the most active May for severe weather since 2011, and has featured violent tornadoes, 100-mile-per-hour downbursts that tore through Houston, and even hail larger than grapefruits. Tornadoes touched down on all but 2 days between April 25th and May 27th. That beats our exceptionally active stretches in recent memories. The extreme season is the result of a stagnant weather pattern that has sent a barrage of disturbances barreling across the central states. Each has whipped up a slew of rotating thunderstorms or supercells, cranking out tornadoes from high plains to the east coast. May is typically the most active month of the year for tornadoes in the lower 48. That's because of the seasonal clash of air masses. As summer's warmth tries to build northward and bring along Gulf of Mexico humidity, it encounters lingering pockets of winter's chill that surge southeast out of Canada. The colliding air masses brew strong to severe thunderstorms, and strong winds aloft in the jet stream sculpt them into spinning supercells. In late spring, the El Nino climate pattern wore off, making a way for La Nina. That sudden transition is rare, but historically it has been associated with above-average tornado activity. We've also had a favorable jet stream pattern. The jet stream has dipped in the west, reducing a trough of low pressure, and the trough has been sitting out smaller shortwave disturbances, seemingly nonstop to trigger storms. Do you have anything to say about tornadoes?
Don't live in Oklahoma.
Don't live in Oklahoma.